Fire. Do you believe that, bro?
Yes,
You believe in the Bible?
Yes,
You believe in God?
yes, sir.
Okay, what's your name?
Barrio.
Who?
Barrio.
Javario.
D Barrio.
Divario.
Yes.
Okay, Big D.
Yes.
Javario. Okay, did you have any questions?
Nah, man, I watch y'all YouTube all the time.
He don't know how to keep the Sabbath day.
You don't know how to properly keep the Sabbath day. Give me Exodus 20 and 8, and then we're going to go through the laws that how you're supposed to keep the Sabbath day. Do you know when the Sabbath day is?
Yes,
Today. Okay, all praises. So you say you watch videos, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. How you came across us?
I had a friend of mine put me on.
Uh-huh.
You send me scriptures and everything, send me a couple links.
From Memphis?
Nah, South Carolina.
I use in South Carolina.
Right.
Okay, all praises, man. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
So God specifically said, remember it. Meaning we was going to do what in 2021, 22? We was going to forget it. A lot of our people don't understand when the Sabbath day is until they research for themselves and know that society has told us a lie and that it begins on the 7th day instead of the 1st day. But read on.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So that's key. Not only do you have to remember it, God gave us laws within the Sabbath day on how to properly keep it holy. So that's your thing. You need to know what ways you have to keep the Sabbath day holy. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor.
So 6 days shall we labor, meaning the first day is Sunday all the way to the 6th day, which is Friday before sundown. Read.
And do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It says this day belongs to the Lord. This ain't even all day. We can't do what we want on his day. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
It says we shall do no work. That's one thing. You don't supposed to work on the Sabbath day. Give me Exodus 35 and verse 3. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 35 and verse 3.
So these are ways you keep the Sabbath day holy. Don't work. Read.
Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
It says you shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations. Are we still inhabiting the land? Are we still living? What do fire do? What's the main thing we use fire for? Cooking. So what is he talking about right here? He's talking about cooking on the Sabbath day. Read.
That's it.
Read it again.
Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. And Moses spake unto all the congregation of the children of
So
Israel.
he gave these laws specifically to who? The children of Israel, the Israelites. Now give me Nehemiah 10 verse 31. Read what you got.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day,
Make it specific. If they do this on his Sabbath day, because this is his day, read.
to sell,
To do what?
to sell,
Ain't they selling on his Sabbath day? The inhabitants of this land. You got the East Indians, you got the Arabs, you got the Chinese. You got all these different nations selling at these stores. But who are the main people that's buying? And where do they take their money that we give them? Where do they take their money? Is it to build up the communities that we live in? No, they ship their money back over there to their country and build their countries up. And we're still in the projects and the ghettos and the slums. But read on.
Nehemiah 10 and 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day, to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
It said we can't buy on the Sabbath day. We can't sell nothing on the Sabbath day. Just think, you familiar with the stock market? So the stock market goes off of what? Buying and selling. Just think, if all the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American would stop buying and selling on God's Sabbath day, what you think that'll do to the stock market? So do the people that run society, the so-called white, Hispanic, and all, I mean, no, not the Hispanic, because they don't run them, but the so-called whites, the East Indians, the Arabs, all the ones that's thriving in our community, that's thriving in society, if we stop buying and stop if we stop buying and selling and that crashes the stock market, do you think they'll be more attentive to make changes for our nation of people on behalf of us shutting down the stock market or on behalf of us doing the Million Man March? Shutting down the stock market. So where is our power source at? is in a pocket, but along with who told us that our power source is in the pocket? We just read about it. The Most High, he giving us the scoop on everything. He telling us all of the plays that we need to play in society so we can overthrow this society and come back to keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. If we simply come back to him, we would destroy this kingdom and become rulers on the earth. But these are the things that we must come back to. And out of all the people that's in this area right now, guess who's in tune with their creator and knowing who they is? You. You're the only one interested. It's a very small number of people that the Most High is looking for to flip that switch on, to give them the understanding of who they once were and give them the laws where they need to be in order for us to get where we need to go. Read on.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
It says we will not buy it on the Sabbath, read.
Or on the holy day.
Or on any holy days, because we got the new moons, we got the day of Purim, we got the day of Pentecost, we got the first fruits, we got all these different high holy days that's in the Bible that we keep, and we don't supposed to buy and sell on those high holy days as well. So this whole society is set up against us, but our people don't have minds that's willing to go and look for the answers. And give me Psalms 106 and verse 35. 106 and verse 35. Read what you got. Read it when you get it. Psalms 106, because it's going to tell you the Most High God put us amongst these nations for a reason. We think that he put us amongst these nations so we can intermingle with them, have sex with them, live with them, serve their guys, do everything that goes contrary to him. And that's the reason why we in the shambles that we in now. Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 106 and verse 35. But we're mingled among the heathen.
Go to verse 34.
34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them.
So back then, God told us to destroy the nations. But we was hearkening against God's words back then just like we is now. He said, destroy the nations. Guess what we did? We leave them alone. We're going to keep some of them alive. For what? Now, we're in the conditions that we're in with them being ruling over us. Read on.
But we're mingled among the heathen.
But we mingled among the heathen. Read.
And learned their works.
Now we learn their works. Now we put our hand on our heart and we quote the national anthem that goes contrary to every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American on a planet of the earth. Now we go to their churches and learn their doctrines. Because every church on the planet earth that ain't teaching according to God's words, they are over those churches. Those are government official institutions. Meaning you've been institutionalized when you go to these places. Because you don't learn about the true God of the Bible. Because they won't teach you. Go back to Jude 5 verse 19 real quick. They ain't going to teach you this, what we're about to read. They ain't going to never teach that you're a God that walked the earth. You're God's chosen people and your power source is indeed this book right here. They ain't going to never teach you that. Because they know once your mind wake up and understand who you is, their captivity that they got us in is now and detrimental, and it's against God for us to go against, to link up and be mingled with them. And they know, look, this mind right here, I got to find a different way to destroy this mind. I got to figure out how in the hell I'm going to make this person believe the lie that I have been putting out throughout the earth for hundreds of years. That's the reason why they made it illegal for us to read and write in slavery. So they can teach us this book the way that they want to teach us in another language. Read on.
Judah chapter 5 and verse 19. But now are they returned to their God.
It says, but now, they knew back then, the Israelites, they returned to their God. And look at the outcome when we return to our God. Is the outcome when we return to God is us occupying the projects, us selling dope to each other, us raping and robbing, killing, all so we can survive in society? No. Read on.
And are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem.
It says they come up from the places where we were scattered. Weren't we scattered over here? Brother in the blue shirt. Wasn't we scattered over here on this side of the earth? By who? Was it our friends? Who was it? Who scattered us?
The white man.
The white man. Why did God let that happen to us? That's what we gotta ask. Because the church, but the church teach God love everybody, right? And we all one kumbaya. God loves everybody and we supposed to all get along. Well, if God loved everybody, why the hell did he only send us into slavery? Why he ain't send the East Indians in slavery? Why he ain't send a damn white man into slavery? Why all these nations get to rule over us and we the only nation that gotta bow down and we gotta come out here and ask for crumbs when we built up the entire civilization?
Bring it out.
When we built up society. You ain't never asked that? Bruh, don't you know you supposed to be ruling the earth right now? It don't supposed to be no damn Joe Biden ruling the whole country. What's your name? Darion? Arion is supposed to be in the goddamn same presidential seat that Joe Biden is in right now, ruling the earth. But why are you in the hood though? You gotta understand that. That's what my question was. Why the hell we in the hood? Why my people getting shot down? Why ain't no more other nations in the earth marching saying no justice, no peace? Why the hell black lives gotta matter? Why? Because we the only ones getting shot down. We the only ones that being afflicted. All because of what? The color of our skin. If God let that happen to us and he's supposed to be a just God, shit, I need to read the Bible and see what's going on. Because God obviously tripping because he coming against us the wrong way. That's how I felt in my mind. But as I read the Bible, I saw God dealt with us as his children. And when you want to get a message across with your kids, you have to do what we call is punish them to create that discipline in them. But in 2022, we don't have that discipline. That's the reason why Buffalo, you just had a shooting in Buffalo, right? Where the white man came, talking about some we to replace us. And that he was gonna kill, he went in the grocery store and killed mostly who? Mostly black people, but amongst mostly black people, was they male or female? He mostly killed black females. Because he know if I wanna end they race, I must first start with they women. Because that's who birthing these gods that's supposed to be walking the face of the earth in righteousness. But we don't think like that. But read on.
And where the sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, where it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor.
This is what the other nations said, read.
If there be any error in this people.
It says, if there be any error in the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American who are the Israelites, read.
And they sin against their God.
And if we was to sin against our God, read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Ain't we a ruined nation of people? He said if they sin against their God and they go contrary to what he told them, this is going to be the reason how we can come up against them and do this. Give me Psalms 83 and verse 3. They knew this back then and they know this now. He said if this nation go contrary to their God and it's error and they go into sin, that this is going to be their ruin. This is going to be how we can ruin them this way right here. Read.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
That crafty counsel meaning they counsel amongst only their nation, where there's no black representative to tell them, why you going against the black people like that? This my nation of people. Why you going against us like this? What have we done to you guys? You guys done raped, robbed, y'all done took everything that we own or have, even in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and places like Atlanta, where it's thriving in black businesses and black entrepreneurs. You will destroy that people all because we come up in society. They have been doing this for ages to come. But they have the audacity to say, if you don't like it here, go back to Africa. Well, why the hell why we got to get a passport to leave the country if we can freely go back to Africa? That means they full of BS. They full of BS. They know if all of us leave this place, who they gonna have to work McDonald's, to work at Burger King, to work at these low income paying jobs that makes billions for them and give us pennies and breadcrumbs. They know this, read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
The hidden ones is us because we don't know our nationality. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Who came up with this idea right here? They said, come let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more. Meaning we wouldn't know our nationality. The Catholic Church, but who runs the Catholic Church? Huh? What nation of people? The who? The Edomites. Who the first person on the list? Read who the first person on the hit list when God come back. Read.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of who?
Edom.
They the first one in line to come up with this plan to destroy us as a nation of people. Because they knew if it's any error or iniquity or sin in this people, we can easily overthrow them.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.